La ira que gira, la ira que todo lo mira, la ira que negra se estira. Crece la ira por los fanáticos, la ira por los políticos dogmáticos, la ira por todos los mentirosos automáticos. Florece la ira por los bribones, la ira por los malditos ladrones, la ira por los que acumulan a montones. Estallará la ira en 1000 convulsiones, en 1.000.000 de explosiones, en el grito de millones de desesperaciones. Arderá la nueva Roma de los comunistas y capitalistas, de los machistas y feministas, de los terroristas y pacifistas, de los laicistas y los religionistas, la nueva Roma de todos los istas, arderá. Y desde las entrañas de sus cadáveres hechos tierra, y desde entre los escombros de sus murallas hechas ruina, germinará, tal vez, la esperanza. So, really what I want to say with this is, yes, there's a lot of doom and gloom, but I also think there's a lot of reason to be hopeful out there. There's a lot of good things going on. I really do think that in a lot of ways we live in the best of times.
That's a test that I would want to give to my students, you know, kind of fuck with them. But it's called Pop Quiz. What is the difference between living for others and living for yourself? A, loneliness. B, regret. C, nothing. D, everything. What can be understood but never taught? A, love. B, hope. C, nothing. D, everything. What is remembered but easily forgotten? A, the sun shines on all of us. B, this will all be over soon. C, nothing. D, everything. What are you? A, molecules and isotopes. B, a soul. C, nothing. D, everything. What matters? A, nothing. B, everything. C, nothing. D, all of the above. What is God? A, comfort. B, fear. C, nothing. D, everything. What is real? A, this moment. B, this moment. C, this moment. D, this moment.
And, it's an ode to the native mesquite tree and to my hometown of Weslaco, Texas. I actually wrote this poem as part of Weslaco's centennial celebration, 100 years. The city was founded in 1919, so in 2019 we had the 100-year celebration of my hometown. I use this poem as a vehicle, though, to kind of challenge that hometown history where founders come in from usually up north and put a date on things. And as I said, the poem's called Mesquite en la Esquina, so it's also an ode to what I feel is a very underappreciated and beautiful native tree that gets cut down so much or supplanted for other foreign species. So, Mesquite en la Esquina. Mesquite en la Esquina of Texas Boulevard and 8th, a stoic sentinel at the southern edge of a 1919 blueprint drawn by a white man's hands. How many years did you keep watch of all who came and went? You saw cars at a busy intersection that changed in model and make, and the scurrying of people on foot and bike who aged with smile lines and worry. You saw uniforms and soldiers as they went off to wars, some never to return. You saw the rise of El Tinaco, pride of the barrio, FDR's gift, built by Americans, brown and black and white. You saw immigrants arrive from the north and the south, all seeking the promise of better tomorrows for their children and children yet born. You heard the clang of iron stakes driven for the coming railroad, a railroad like the river that segregates, dividing the town for a time in two. You felt the natives beneath your young limbs, pick bean pods that sweeten their longing tongues and mouths laughing and speaking languages since disappeared. Mesquite en la Esquina of Texas Boulevard and 8th, Weslaco grew around your thickening trunk and deepening roots, licking rainwater far underground, while many of your kind, seen as a native pest, fell to the axe and chainsaw. But through lean and plenty, your serpentine limbs bent and twisted and snaked. You carried chicharras, singing their blaring songs in the summer canicula, Your wispy leaves did a shivering dance in the colder autumn winds. And when I kneel at your severed trunk and see an oak planted where your morning shadow cast, I touch your rings, spiraled human fingerprints celebrating your life. And though I mourn your dismemberment, solace comes with your miles of roots below. Roots, if undisturbed by diesel and herbicide and hate, will sprout your second coming.
Some years ago, and it was Guatemalan, I think, but I right here at this point, you know, it's Mexican. It's called Ice Cream Vendor Shot to Death in Irving, Texas. Okay? Oh, by the way, I was sitting there, I don't read the local paper, but this time I was reading it for some reason. I guess I was bored. I was at the dining table. My wife was making some breakfast. And I was looking at the paper, and I had been telling my wife lately, you know, I'm not going to write any more books. I can't. I'm writing fiction. I love stories. You know, that's what I had a lot of stories published. Those of you who know about the textures of stories, anthologies, I had stories there. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I was telling her, I don't think I'm going to write. I can write any poems. I don't think I'm going to write any more poetry. You know, I don't think I'm going to write any more poetry. Anyway, I picked up the paper, and there was a little caption of this size about that guy being killed in Irving, Texas. Just little. And right away, my mind's like boom, 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 and I wrote this poem. So he says, ice cream vendor shot to death in Irving, Texas. You're just a little notice in the paper, as little as the bullet that bursts your chest and sends your straw hat flying. Someone somewhere found you huge, selling ice cream from your Mexican pushcart. Someone thought you were an embarrassment on his business parking lot, an embarrassment in American life. You belonged in Mexico, anywhere, across the border down to Patagonia, anywhere where black hair glistens with sweat. It did not matter, it was almost 10 at night, and you were heading home happy with a few dollars you had made from those with dark hair and cinnamon skin who ate your strawberry, vanilla, and lime, and those with blonde hair and freckles who simply gave you money. It was time for home and American TV and Mexican telenovelas and beef tamales, time to rest the weary feet, calloused and dry. It was time to play with the kids, Americans all, time to hear their ABCs and numbers. It was time to prepare the ice cream for tomorrow's sun. It was not time for